Hey guys, if anybody's here, forgive me for a second for some settings are working, so you're going to be seeing a little bit of the jump throughs. I have some of my stuff not working. Pro streamer! What? Pro streamer! That might work now? I don't know. I think everything else I have. I really thought I had this set up, guys. I'm sorry. So we were just take it as that. Alexa, pause. It didn't even have Alexa on. Give me 1 second, guys. OMG, my goodness gracious. Today is going to be one of those days, I am telling you. I thought I had everything set up. And of course, one thing after another happens. But how are you all doing? I see some chatting going on. Give me a second and I will be popping over there. I just need to actually get it up now. Yeah, I didn't have some of my alert boxes going on, so it wasn't like it's I don't understand it, but it's working now. My opening scene is so loud. Is there music in it? Which one, for this one? I'm gonna have to listen to that. The loud rain. Okay, thanks. I'll definitely check that out to see what I could do about turning that down. I appreciate that. See? Thank you. We need you guys. You guys let us know when the stuff is on. I didn't realize I had sound in on the things. Media source. There is. Oh, okay. See? Fix something every day. So today is a kind of special day. It is going to be the work for our last paper play items. We have a total of 4 bowls, 2 plates, and that is still going off and on. I'm sorry about the auto focusing. Sorry guys. It's Paws. Let's see, the loud hype. Yay! Yeah, I know, it's so cool. So next up, we're going to be just doing the backs of the chips. Not today, but later. And then we will be touching up. We'll be touching up this one as well. This is actually one of the very first paper clay bowls that we made. This one has been outside, been 2 Mother's Days at least. So this one's been outside on the porch, and as you can see, it held up really nice. It's not supposed to be outside where it gets wet and muggy, but hey, you can't you know, tell someone where to put their fun things. But okay, so guys, we are going to be doing the most horrific thing ever. We're going to be gluing rocks onto chips, glass beads onto chips, and then we're going to get to the painting. I was going to do this offline where I had music, but I thought, hey, why not? You know, it's going to be our last hurrah, and why not have you guys join us? So we have these evened out because we have a total of 6 pours we're going to be doing today. Each pour gets 6 chips, except for the plates, where the plates actually get 2 extra chips. There's supposed to be more chips around the items as it is, but I'm kind of a little bit short today because it's gonna take us forever. And if y'all know me, I can't live forever without music. I can, however, do it without this. So today we are using tacky glue that we found at the dollar store. Enable if you can actually see the chips there. But we're using chips that we've got from a garage sale and these little glass beads that are also found at the dollar store. So that is the step you're on now. And then what we're going to do after, I already got stuff all over me. Haven't even started, guys. Haven't even started. So yes, the colors from last night's stream, oh man, they looked so beautiful wet, but as soon as they dried, that orange, red, and orange just became one big orange. But that's fine because it's the back, and it doesn't need to be very poppable. It looked gorgeous wet though. OMG. The black and red one turned out really nice. I do like that swirl style. And I just realized that I had not paid attention to what side I was doing these to. Darn. Oh well. For the big ones, there's a certain side that I want to make sure I cover. But, oh well. For now, that's what we're going to get. I'll just have to double detail the back of them. So how are you doing, Nimbus Fox? How are you doing? How was your weekend? Do you have anything planned for this upcoming week? Can you believe in only a few days it's going to be August? Oh my goodness. I don't want the heat to go away. We haven't had heat. At least not my type of heat. That one probably needs to be dipped more in somewhere else. I didn't pay attention to which ones I was grabbing, or I would not use that one. Everything you see here is basically the last of its kind. As you can see, we actually have a blue one in there, so that means I'm pretty much out of the little glass beads too. I do want to keep a few of my glass beads for parts of a house I want to build. So that's going to be really nice. I'm going to have them as stepping stones, I believe. So next up, we are going to be doing the rocks. The rocks are going to be a little bit more different. Let's go ahead and flip all of these to the correct side, since I just talked about that. So I'm not going to really pay attention to how many rocks we get per one. We're just going to actually get them on there. We do need to make sure that they're actually a certain size though, because the paint will totally engulf small rocks. And we've got glue, my fellow friends. We've got glue. Might have to put a little bit more. This one. Might have to put a little bit more glue in a minute or two, depending on the rocks. But they've been pretty much sticking, especially with the glue, the paint that will be going onto them as well. That will also act as an adhesive to them. Remember, when you're using any type of things that is going to be used as pendants or jewelry or anything that is going to be around children or skin or catching anything, you want to touch the sides to make sure there is no snag mark. You know, that it can go just right over your finger without any snag. Because that is the one thing you do not want to do. Put on a beautiful shirt, put on a necklace, and then have it pull out some of your string. I've had that happen with a sweater. Not with my jewelry, but with the sweater. And oh, I was livid. Because I loved that sweater. And you know, with once you pull out that one piece of thread that's, you can't really get it back in, even if you cut it out. Let's go ahead and leave this open. That one's going to take standing up. So these are so small, but they're like perfect at the same time. I really thought I was getting bigger stones than I actually gotten. I grabbed the wrong bag. I was in a hurry. It was one of those cases where, you know, someone saw the bag they wanted, then put the old bag on top. Yeah. So I grabbed the old bag that the person set there. But hey, double check your items before you walk away from the aisle. Especially when you get a huge bag of it and you're just like, well, okay, what will we do with all of this wonderful items? First, down. I was thinking I was getting about half of that size, give or take. I did have one that was a perfect size that I thought I was grabbing. Show you guys, but this was still a really good deal for these rocks. If they were what I was planning on, oh my goodness, I'd be in heaven. Now it's just, let's see what we can make, which is basically all my crafting. That's the fun part about me. And like Paws and everybody else, yeah, they got set plans for what they're doing. Not I, not. I think I like to experiment more. Perfect rock. See, like this one would be great. I love this style. It looks really pretty, but it has too many snags and corners. Too many of the sharp corners, I should state. Too stingy with the glue today. You can also just play with the sides and hide them in with other Sharpies so that they're not the actual sharp parts that are hanging out. Not gonna cut it, guys. Not going to cut it. And I, of course, have no place to put it. So it goes back into the glue pile. And hopefully, not a whole bunch of them stick to it. I was so going to make a pun just now. Like nothing's set in stone. As I'm trying to glue the stones onto this stupid thing. Not stupid. I'm just like always having a small panic attack while I'm trying to create. Hey! Oh, you are not late. You showed up. I'm still gluing rocks. You're perfectly fine. If I'm still gluing rocks, you are super early to the party. Thank you for showing up. Even if it's just for a little bit, I do appreciate it. We are working on our very last paper. Well, we have 2 bowls, but we're not counting those because those are in the what I call the first of its kind piles. I keep everything that's like the first of its kind out of a certain batch of something, just to show what it looks like. So technically we have 2 big bowls left, but we are actually working on the very last of the paper clay bowls and dishes. So yay. I'm like just so yay. I'm just excited to actually get started in something new. It will be paper clay, of course, because you know that is the whole point of learning this. All of that fun stuff. I'm gonna actually leave this one about there. Don't stick onto my finger. Get into the middle. Almost for some reason started talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know. I don't know where the voices come from sometimes. Okay, 2, 4, 5. I need at least enough for 5 more. I just think I've actually cut down the chips per dish than when I first started the chips. Still love this idea. I think it's a pretty cool one if I knew what I was actually doing. But that is why it's all called curiosity, because you won't actually know what's going to happen until you do it. As long as you're learning something, you're not failing. I'll tell you, in this situations with all of these, oh my goodness, I've learned so much since I have started. I've had so much fun. I've had a lot of, you know, moments, but you're gonna have that with self-teaching, you know. Even though we have the wonderful internet to teach us almost everything, you still need to practice it. Just because you try to set out to do something, you have to practice, you have to experiment, you have to find your way of doing it. Because you can watch someone else do something 100 times, but that doesn't mean you're going to do it that same way. If that makes any sense. I mean, you can get really close to it and, you know, achieve what someone else has also achieved, but it will just be never the same. Trying to make them look a little bigger than what they are. You know, like I'm not pushing too many rocks in there. I want it to look huge, but I don't want it to be huge. There we go. Yay, almost done with the rocks. I'm like, yay, almost done with the rocks. Once we get the rocks done, then we can actually set up each of the pours, and The pours are really easy, guys. I mean, honestly, I was talking to someone last night, and they're like, it can't be that easy. You can't just be pouring paint into a cup and then pouring it. Yeah, guys, that is seriously how easy it is. I'm doing it. That is why I love to share, you know, because I'm learning something. I'm trying it out. So you guys get to watch me see all my mistakes and all the fun and all of that. And then you guys can go back and do something even more wonderful and outrageously cool. Because you guys already know how to, you know, bypass the mistakes or have fun with it. And yeah, I mean that's the whole reason for all of this is I love to share. There's no fun keeping it to myself. I mean, yes, and there's many different techniques that you can use with the pours. Um, as you can see, I kind of, you know, also have done. Many I haven't. I am scared, completely and utterly scared of what is called a swipe. I don't know why I'm so terrified at it. It's probably going to be one of my best ones. But it's just the whole, you know, wiping off paint off the canvas that you're working with. I know I lose a lot of paint when I'm doing the skins, and we haven't seen anything come of the skins yet, so it just seems like a big old waste of paint. But I'm also donating the skins to what is called the living room. They have a scrapbooking class, and I'm going to let them have them for their cutouts for the pages. So that's another reason why we haven't really saw anything come of them as of yet. Oh, son of a Heidi High. Totally did not mean to do that one. That was like a really, really big scoop of it. That's why you always have something handy. You can kind of help seal in some of it. And I do want the glue there, just not as much as I put. That is going to be that. To make sure all of the pieces are down. I'm telling you, this tacky glue, wow, it dries nicely. I mean, pretty fast. So definitely you need to pay attention to where you're sticking something because it does get very tacky fast. So if you're not sure about where you're going to set something, you're going to have a pillow time. Haha. That was a glue, supposed to be a glue joke. My cat's tail is going crazy, so that means he's going to try to jump up on me. Oh my goodness. Set everything aside. So we've got our, oops, sorry for the reach and throw. There we go. Okay. So we've got our stones, we've got our rocks. Can't believe I've got these. The cat's gonna have fun with that one that just fell. We have our extra ones for the blanks. And today we have, like I mentioned before, we have 6 colors, guys. 6 items that we will be working on. Our first set needs to move a little bit. Okay. Make sure nothing is snagging. Our first set are going to be the bowls. This was the first time that we have tried this method of the inside first and the outside. So this is going to be the full test on how they look. I do like these much better than the ones that we did last night. You do, if you do this with the double pours, you definitely want to do the inside first and then do the outside, like I have here. These are just toilet paper rolls that have been cut up. I suggest paper, these are great, don't get me wrong, but you would want something that is a little bit easier to keep even and level. And the racks that you use, also you want to make sure that the cup or whatever you're using fits nicely, so that if you jiggle your rack, you are not going to get a fall. These racks are really huge. I'm trying to figure out how to actually make in between racks, because I was really need to get that, because I don't know, if I keep doing the chips I need to get a smaller one. If I don't keep doing the chips, then I don't have to worry about it. So first off, we're going to start placing our chips. I'm actually going to do the blank ones in the back. You guys don't need to see how the blank ones look. Yeah, they usually are more dull than the rest. See, this is what I'm talking about with setting up the chips and everything, because you're not going to get a very stable layout. Two rocks, 2 stones, as I throw them across the room. I have to like this thing with throwing some stuff today. I don't know what is up. Didn't help that I couldn't find most of the stuff that I was looking at. See, like right here, I'm having such a hard time getting all of this even, so that when I pour onto them, they don't fall into the massive dripness of the paint. If that made any sense. Okay, so for these pours here, you guys cannot see it because I have the chat that is in our way. Pour coffee. I gotta set my coffee aside. So I do want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. And I don't know why this is so messed up. And when I mean so messed up, I really do mean so messed up. I don't know why it's like, feels like it's crazy. So let's try that. And of course, I got stuff in my hands because why not, right guys? Why not? Okay, we are just gonna do this. Remember, I'm a professional streamer. I've done this for years, not. Like, I know these are a little bit wet, but I think we can handle just a little knockoff. There we go. Now I can actually do the rest of the mess. Bring over the cups and stuff so that we can do that. All right, so we're using a tablespoon measuring cup. I don't know why the camera's like way over there. I have no clue what's going on with my brain today. Really off. So we're going to use 1 tablespoon. We're going to do a pink red, a burgundy purple, and an orange. It's more of a brown orange. It's a really, really beautiful, beautiful orange. We are also going to be using Floetrol, or Flood as I call it, because I can never remember Floetrol. You can buy these in the huge containers, gallon containers. I just put them in the smaller ones because it's just easier to handle. We have the 2-ounce saucer cups. A lot of people call them the salsa cups. These are 2 ounces. And this here is a Yoplait yogurt container that is 3 ounces. And your wonderful chopsticks and a reusable trash bag. This has no lines, no curves, nothing like that. You can reuse it as many times as you need. The paint just slides right off, so it's super easy to clean. You don't have to worry about putting anything in the, in your water to clean up, because will be cleaning off your instruments with these are just like handy wipes, and then we reuse the handy wipes for other items. I'm going to stop talking and get to work because I'm excited to see how these look dry. I just want them done, because do remember I still have to do all of the backs of all of the ones that we have done, and I still need to seal all of it. All of this still needs to be varnished so that it still, lasts the way it needs to last. Okay, so we have 3 colors, 3 little dishes. Each one is going to get, let's do the Floetrol first, since that's going to be the more reasonable one. And hope I have enough of this. So we're doing 2 tablespoons of the Floetrol, or medium. So remember, you can use water, you can use PVE glue, which is just school glue. You want to make sure that it is the PVE glue, because it's water solvent. So as you put water into it, just like at the E600, I believe, it dissolves in water. So other glues can work if you're using like the paints over an item like I am doing, because the paint will act as a glue. If you're looking for more of a thicker consistency, which, to tell you the truth, just what I've noticed, I would definitely be doing the 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 mix. That seems like it gives much more better control. You don't get the indentations. In the paint, if you're making skins, you will also get the indentations if the paint is too thick on your items. And I'll show those off. Actually, they're shown off in pictures on my Facebook. If you guys want to know any of that for Paws of Aries or my Facebook, you can ! Facebook, or any of the information down below should have it as well. All right, so we've got our Floetrol in. We've got our 2 tablespoons per 1 tablespoon of paint. Once I start doing flat objects, we will be changing this recipe up. There is no dimethicone, there is no silicone, there is no alcohol for cells, because since we are doing it on a round items, most of the cells won't be showing up, since they'll just be flattened out as they're pulled down. And yes, I do have my ceiling fan on. That is why you're seeing the paint kind of flying onto the paper here. something stuck in my finger. I don't even know what it is. I don't even have wet paint to keep it off of me. Okay. Next up is our red. Oh, this one always scares me when it comes out because it is so watery. I hope you guys can see this. I do apologize if you can't. Just let me know and I will try to move these into the middle. Also, if you're able to hear me all right, I changed where the mic goes, so hopefully it's a much better volume for you guys than our last stream. Okay, I do want to make sure that I'm putting the lids back on these because we don't have the kittens right now, which, yeah, it's sad. Like, it's sad. I won't lie. It is pretty sad. I don't have my little guys with me. They are now up on the website for adoption, which is awesome. I mean, honestly, I cried when I saw it. I'm like, I cried. I love those guys. But that is why we do it, is so they find their forever families. I just thought they'd be adopted by now, to be honest. I mean, I knew Pixie's going to be a hard one, since technically she's an adult since she had kittens, and she is past the, you know, I'm small and cute phase. Right now she's in, I'm a teenager, you know, my body's longer than longer than the weight that I have. You guys grew up with cats, you'll understand that whole phase. They do. They really go into this ugly phase where they get long and slinky. And you're just like, oh, you're not cute. And then they get cute again because, you know, the weight kind of distributes. Okay. So you guys listen 1 second. I'm just kind of cleaning up the... Only reason this is so dirty is because I waited so long in most of the times that I have washed that out to finish cleaning it out all the way. Or it would be super clean. It won't have any stains. But this is what you're looking at for just those 3 paints. And anything else that kind of like drops on there. Let's kind of show you what they look like. Alright, so next up is the wonderful, telling you guys, don't know what I'm doing. There we go. So we're going to do our pink red. 2 tablespoons flood to 1 tablespoon paint. Mix up until all of the marbleness is gone. Make sure you get all of those sides. And when you pour, you want a nice warm honey consistency while it falls. So if this is too thick, you can add some more medium or water to your mix. Yeah, see, this one's really sticking to the sides. So it just flows right off. That is what you're looking for. I'm really debating on how this is going to work with the 3-to-1, but you never know until you try it. So I'm willing to try that recipe. But for what I'm doing now, I really like the coverage that the thicker paint. Because remember, you will be thinning out your paint when you're adding all of these mediums and stuff. So yes, you'll get more coverage, but the paint will be a thinner consistency. And there we have it. Oh, what am I doing? just totally gorked out, guys. I gorked out. Guys, anybody realize what I just did? Hey, basket of cookies. Oh, trust me, cookies sound so awesome right now. But does anybody realize that what I just did? We have 2 bowls here. We only have 1 set of paints. That is how my day is going, guys. I am being a total dork. Oh my goodness. And to believe it or not, I was actually pretty, you know, set on what I was doing today. Ran it through my head like 80 times, and I'm still dorking out. A little bit of extra color is not going to hurt it too much. Hey Johnny, how are you doing, buddy? Just doing the last of the bowls in the creations and being a complete dork and utter airhead at the same time. I have dorked out so much today. It is funny. I hope I put 2 in there. If I didn't, oh well. Okay. Let's do the purple since we have purple in that one already. And that was a little bit too much purple. Okay. Try to pour a little bit back in there. So yeah, so we have the backs of the chips to do still with the skins. So I'll be showing you guys how to add skins to items. And then after that, off camera, I'll be varnishing all of the items so that they have a nice seal and coat to them, and they're very nice and shiny. Then after that, we will be making a whole new set of paper clay, and who knows what we're gonna make. I mean, we are definitely going to be making more dishes since I learned a lot. Aw, darn. Okay, as long as it doesn't get onto the table, I'm fine. And I miss music, guys. Oh, my hair. I've been having to wear a beanie. It's gonna sound funny, I know, but I hate things that are on the back of my neck and my hair is getting long. Well, it's actually pretty long. It's the middle of my back. But I hate things like touching the back and like, you know, just barely touch. Ugh, I don't know why. I think a bug's crawling on me. So I've been wearing a beanie to help with that, and it just fell off because of the air, and it was like, oh no. I'm gonna be like twerking my shoulders all day. Okay, and then orange. I was like, come on, we have 1 more color, Paws. 1 more color. The only good thing is most of these colors will be reused on different pours today. For the orange, gold, and red, I will not be doing a flip cup. I will be doing an actual pour for that one. I want to see the difference in contrast that it makes, so that to see if maybe it will not become one color. in the whole process. Okay, so this is your napkin number 2. You can, since it is wet, you know, squish it up and get some more colors around. And now for the fun part, we get to mix and treat our items for our first pour. Or should I say our first and second pour. So I'm trying to just get all of the stickiness off my fingers because the wet paint will stick to paint and make me move things that I don't mean to move. And yes, you should be wearing gloves while doing this. But yeah, gloves don't fit me. I know that's a could be a joke anywhere. But yeah, I make more mess when I have gloves on than when I don't. Okay. And orange. Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? I don't know. I don't know how that joke goes. I can't tell jokes. That is the one thing this body didn't get, is a sense of humor. We have a sense of humor. We just can't tell a joke if our life depended on it. So, okay, we are done. Next up, I had extra sticks. Yay, we got extra sticks for later because I will need them for sure. All right. I can't. This is like where it gets scary for me. I know it sounds super funny that, you know, little me gets scared of paint. But it really is kind of scary because you don't know see, all other paints and arts, it's all on skill and learning and practicing. With this, you have no idea how it's going to turn out. Yeah, you have a direction on how it could turn out. So I'm trying to get this so that you guys can see it a little bit easier. But it's basically pour, wish for the best. A lot of artists who have been doing this a while, of course, they've kind of mastered some of the techniques, so they get much better results. And that is where we are heading. We are heading for better results. Much as we practice, we get better. And that goes with anything. Yeah, I just totally forgot what order did I go into. Tiki Tiki Timbo, no sir Rainbow. I just put the red down. Let's pick up the purple. Okay. Just want to leave a little bit in the cups just in case. Come on, get into the bucket. Get into it. Okay, just hit this one upside down. Try to get as much out of that as I can. Purple, purple purples. One cup definitely has more than the other. So we'll see what we can do about exchanging some of these paints. Like I said, this does not have any dimethicone or silicone or anything that's going to make cells, which is actually kind of sad because I really want to start playing with cells one day. I want to see what can be created. All right, so next up is our first pour. Once these start combining into if that will do it. Add some more in this one. And I had this done earlier where I just had it tipped just completely a little bit, and all of the excess paint just went right into the dish. I'm not sure how I fit 3 cups like that. Put that on the side. So all of the, oh, that would have smarted. And there we go. No, don't fly off the thing. Don't you dare fly off. I'd be so mad. Trying to have less paint all over my house, not more. That is why you have the handy wipes. All right, so here we go. Try one more time. I'd rather have more paint in my big cup than wasted paint in my baby cups. And there we go. Because I end up with all of the excess paint that drips onto the thing, I end up like making like weird designs out of them. I'm like, nope, needs to go into the big cup from now on. Yeah, because I'm unsure if you guys can see how much excess paint has gone onto just this. Okay, so we have the pores. Let's go ahead and just push this up a little bit more so you guys can get a better view of it. Okay. Plus, I do need it to be somewhat centered into the, no, don't fall. More centered into this so that when the paint comes out, because this is a lot of paint, I'm not gonna lie, more paint than we definitely need. So what I'm gonna do is start in the middle and ring out. Love these colors. They're my favorite so far. And I need to make that lazy Susan. Need to make that lazy Susan. Yeah, that was me trying to sing the some type of 30s music, which did not come out of my head correctly, guys. We have a lot of paint left, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to let that drip for a minute. I do love how this looks, so I really don't want to shake the table too much. We have about about an ounce left in this cup. I don't see any actual indentations that I need to fix right off that. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I touch the edges just slightly. Okay, let that drip naturally now. The sides look good. They're not needing to be covered. Like I said, I am using less chips than I usually do. That's why we have so much easier going. Okay, all the sides are not touching. Okay, good. Woohoo! All right, pour number two. Two. Kidding. Middle and work your way out, making sure that all of the sides are actually getting hit as well. Okay, I do not want to go over that top. The top is really nice. I love how that is doing. Pouring a little bit more paint than I want to. Try not to muddy this up. Okay. Just get over and one fell. Darn it. I didn't touch it. Can't yell at me. I didn't touch that one. Oh, I bet it was a pretty one too. I bet it was a pretty one. That's okay. We'll just do that for a second and then we'll tip it. We'll tip it like a cow out here in the out here where we are. Oh, okay, so that one's just not working for me. I'm gonna have to put more paint on this one and hopefully it goes off the side. All that just for one little piece, but oh well, that's fine. Okay, we have got knocked down. Like I said, now we have a good set of paint left over, so who knows what we can do with that. I am going to be very careful while moving this because we all know me. I like to make big messes and the big whoops as I fall into my face. So there we go. We have our bowls done. I will be picking up moving and we will be going to our bowl and plate set next. Yes, it did get some on my table. All right, so this is our bowl and plate set. This is what we did last night. My handy wipes fell. Go. So this is what we did yesterday's stream. It looked gorgeous out of no belief last night. Now it just looks, guys. It just looks. So for this one, we are actually going to do an actual pour like we've done with the rest. The inside looks really nice. I do love how the lines turned out on this one. The colors stayed vibrant. I love it. That was what my worry was, since this one turned so one tone. I was really worried about how that was going to react with it. Sorry guys, 1 second, cat. Sorry about that. Cat had my attention. Okay, so we are going to, oh wait, so these get 2 extra. So let's just, of course, because I didn't pay attention. Okay, so we've gotten 2 of these, so these 2 go there. And then those 2 go there, those 2 go here. Those 2 go there. 1 second, let's go ahead and just set these where they belong. But yeah, how's your guys' weekend going? You guys have anything cool planned for the week? I had a red set too. I don't know, I probably was poured them all already. Okay, I'm gonna do these. Oops, wrong set. I need these. Like I said, for the packs, you guys really don't want to. It's not special to see. Some of them do look really cool, like Jupiters and such. Some of them just they just become plain. Same with the rocks, but I like the experiments, so it's all good. The plate is actually on a 2-ounce salsa cup, so that it can be more stable. With these are being on the paper plates, which is actually the paper toilet paper rolls, which is actually a lot more unstable because they do crush, they do all of that wonderful stuff. Okay, so that's 2, that's 4, that's 1, that's 2, and let's get another rock in here. Make that an even set. 2, 4, 6. Got it, good. Bring these over because, well, I can now. Set them up once we are done. And believe it or not, we'll set those up in a bit. All right, so this one we are going to be doing the orange, the King's Gold, and red with the flood. Bring over our 2 sets of pouring stuff, because do remember we have 2 pours that we are going to do. For right now, I'm just going to scoot this probably to there so that you guys can see what I'm doing this time. Okay. There is a measuring table on my Facebook page on how much paint you need per canvas. I am overdoing the paint, yes. You can get exactly how much you need with that calculator. I'm just doing it for the extra skins that are going to be for the chips. So if you don't want all this extra paint like I have underneath, you can definitely adjust your recipes. And believe it or not, I might have to fill up this container again, which is really going to be hurting me because I am like almost out of this stuff completely. So instead of painting, we might just be doing sculptures and having to wait for paint later. Not all my painting will be the fluid art. A lot of it will always be experiment. We won't lie, it all will be experiment, but we are going to be doing some actual, you know, face painting and, you know, designs and things like that. And this is almost out. So far, this has given us 4 tablespoons. So thank goodness I don't have anything else that I need to do with these colors, because 1 more tablespoon in this container is empty. Which, what do you know? 1 more tablespoon. And my container is going to be empty, but we will just make sure. Yep, and that's it. I have barely any touching the thing. So there we go. We have 4 tablespoons for our apple barrel paint. I just opened this bottle last night with the pours that we did, and it's already gone. Which is fine because I can actually reuse this. Sorry guys, I know it's a blurry. It's not focusing the way it should be. Okay, and then we have our orange. Get every bit out I can. Can't wait to see how these are going to look completely done, guys. I really can't. Some of them turn out like amazing, and then other ones like, huh, okay, well that could have been different. Go. And red. As most of you guys know, I do not use this red other than when it is completely necessary, because it's a real red. It's not pink. It's not pink. I mean, in my cases, I love the darker reds, but I mean, you can't pass up a good red. Okay. That one actually looked like it was a booger in there. I'm so scared now. And we are done. That's it. Stir, pour. And yay. So for the yellow, the orange, and red, we've got something that looks like that. This one, I'm telling you, I should not have been called a King's Gold. It is a light mustard. This is seriously a light mustard. There is no gold in this. Okay, this is almost done. So you get the sides and the bottom, especially in these containers, because we do have that indentation on the bottom and sides. I mean, your Floetrol is going to dry clear, but you still don't want any of the missing spots. Nothing beats a good mix. And there we go. I actually just cracked that one. Oh. Okay. I do really think I'm going to have to fill that up before the end of the course, which is going to be sad. All right, so let's go ahead and get this party started. Make sure these are back into the center so that you guys are able to see it. Well, if you guys aren't able to see it, then there's really no point in doing this and showing off. All right, so we're going to start with our yellows. The cups are different, so they feel like they had a different consistency. Which in the long run, that wouldn't matter because that means one of the paints are thicker than the other. I would have had to dilute it. Give that a split second. Yeah, this one has a crack in it. It's gonna have to become a holder now. Okay. One. Wahahaha. That does look like a booger. I'm not letting it in there. You can't destroy my painting before it started. You can't. Don't do it. Cavalier, hey. Oh, I appreciate that. If you can't, that's fine too. I understand that, you know, life happens. I just appreciate you being here. We are on our technically second pour. We've actually already poured 2 of our bowls. And now we are working on our first set of bowl and plate. That one I do see boogers in, so this definitely not getting touched. No boogers for you. Okay. Let's do a wipe to mix the paint. Get that all ready. And we are ready for our second to last set. As I crack my backs and bones because this is always so scary to me. So like I said, for this one, we are not going to do the flip cup and then let it pour, since the colors really did combined. But it's fine for the back. So here we go. This is, I'm telling you, it always scares me, guys. Always scares me. And it's not doing what I wanted it to do. So funny, my last pour, I had so much excess paint. This one, I barely even have any extra paint to do the sides. And this one falls, of course, because why would it not? Paws touched it. Paws touched it, so why not fall? The blank ones, I'm not really too worried about making sure all of it gets covered. It's the one that has like the domes. Yeah, see, like this rock barely got anything on it whatsoever. All I'm doing right now is just picking up and slightly tipping to the sides. Kind of evening them out. Okay. When you are doing bowls and things like that, you do want to remember to take a spatula, your finger, anything like that, and just gently touch your sides so that you don't get those paint bubbles. And remember, when you are dripping paint onto other items like this, just kiss it. Don't worry about I'm moving everything, because you just want to kiss the paint. You don't want to actually disturb the paint, because then you'll start to get the mud. especially when you're wanting more of the full-blown colors. That one is going to have to be played around with. Oh, I see. I was going to start doing something. I don't know what I was going to do. Okay. I am really trying to be careful to the bottom sides of these since it has been already painted. I'm not really sure how that's going to react. Okay. Trying to get one with less red. Oh. At least the yellow's sticking out on these, so I have to give it credit for that one. Okay. Much more vibrant than before, but just like before, we can't really say that is how it's going to turn out due to the color fades. And it's still in the process of leveling out. Okay, next up is our bowl. We can actually scoot over a little bit so you can see that. Maybe you'll focus in on us. I wish I could just do something right there, but I know I'm gonna ruin it if I do. Should I try it? Should we try it? We'll see. Okay. And yes, as you can see, I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but my paint is flying off the canvas because for some reason my wonderful ceiling fan has decided it's going to do that to me today. Okay, so I'm gonna let that drip just for a few more seconds. And yes, I did do that, guys. Ah, did. Because you know what? I want some more yellow. Because now, as you can see, the yellow's kind of disappearing in this. But now it's ugly. Darn it. Pause. Stop touching it. Someone needs to yell at me. Okay, next up we need to check the sides. Make sure we're all good on that one. Still dripping. You give it a second or two. Of course, every time I walk, the paint drips down again. Because every time I walk, it makes the table setting a little bit different. Okay, we have barely any left of the paint in this one. I don't see anything that needs to be sort of recovered. I do see some dashly spare holes here. Lazy Susan, my name is Susan. I gotta see it, I just can't reach it. Hey, I didn't kill it, so I guess that's good. I mean, this still looks pretty yucky, but it's not dead. Sorry guys, had to it. That just had too much red. An even tone of red there. It didn't have any type of color other than that. Okay. Don't see too many blotches of one color. As soon as I say that, of course, I look over here. I love this thing. The only thing I don't like about it is the tip is so fine, which is awesome because you need to find tips for most things. But when you're looking for more of a you know, get the last of the get the last of the bottom out. And of course, I also had to touch it. I think that's going to turn out so much nicer than the backs. So yay, we've got another set. Definitely remember, guys, we will be having tons of pictures of how these look wet. And thank you so much for the follow, I83. Sorry if it took me a little bit to ketchup and mustard. I'm telling you, ketchup and mustard. Yes. Hey, it's barbecue season. Leave me alone. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't leave me alone. I like cat. You're a good fella. Now, the scary part is I still got to get up and move all of this so that that cup stops dripping on the chips. So there we go. We have our bowl. We have our plate, and we have a whole bunch of chips that have gotten poured. Whew, that scared me. Paws got scared. Paws got scared. She's always doing something she's not supposed to do. One second, guys. I'm just taking the drippings off the side. Okay. All the dripping has stopped on this side, so I'll be right here. And we are last one, guys. The whole series. Oh my goodness, what are we gonna do? So this one here is going to be red, black, and gray, or AKA silver. Go ahead and set that there. Grab our last setup. Same recipes. 2, 4, 6. Red. I heard the air pop out of that one. So sad. Means it's almost gone. And I don't know why I started with the colors first when we all know I should have started with the flood. Guess I'm just excited. You know, it's because this is it. This is what we're gonna get for all of the paper bowls and dishes from the first set. Trying to get all of that wonderful redness. Can't believe today is already Sunday. It's Sunday. Tomorrow we have to be into Monday field. And who wants to do Mondays? I sure don't. I don't want to do Mondays. I hate it when my paint makes sound. This is, I'm telling you guys, if more things came in this, in this black, I would, oh, I love this black. You buy clothes this color, lasts you maybe a week before it starts to gray on you. I know once I go to the 3-to-1 recipe, we'll have less usage of the paints. So it's going to be more of a thinner consistency, but still. I'm more of a saver than a user. Gray. The ones in the non crafting containers are Oops paints from the local Lowe's. That's a booger, so that can just stay there for a split second. Any of the ones that are in actual the bottles are Apple Barrel from the local Walmart. That is what we call a paint booger. That we do not want in our paints, guys. That can ruin, as you know, so much stuff. Unless you're doing like a mixed media where you're looking for contrast in your designs, then boogers are not too bad, but we don't want them. We don't want them around at all. Hey. Our journey's almost over, my friends. Our journey's almost over. And I do not think I'm going to have enough of the Floetrol, so I will probably have to run for a split second and yeah, if I do make it, it's going to be barely. I think this is going to take it all, right? This one here. Oh my goodness, what do you know? And that's the list. Oh my goodness, what am I to do? I really don't know what I'm gonna do, but okay. So painting is gonna be on hold for a bit, but that's great because we're on our last one. We have no more paper to go through, paper items, so that's going to be so much fun. The next up is the back of the chips, and then after that we'll be doing a varnish. The varnish will be off camera. Just, well, why not throw wet paint at you, Paws? Why not? Because that's just because I do the varnishing outside and you really can't. Oh, I had to throw in the black paint. Oh, great. Kind of a hi. So that was black paint all over my floor. And yeah, that's just what I wanted. I usually don't go through this many paper towels, but like I said, I am getting a lot of boogers today. Little boogers. Red. It's actually called bright red. If you're looking at the Apple Barrel brands, it's a bright red. I don't mind actually mixing these because it's just like less than a drop of the red, so it's not going to change how this looks at all. Sorry, I'm watching my cat do something she's not supposed to, and I can't get in there because it's in the laundry room. Yay. It's not like I can snap my fingers and have someone else do something for me. Okay, and we've got our 3 colors. We are set, people. Okay, we are going to do black, red, then gray. Black. As you can see, my paint's flying off already. Set those 2 there just because. Dripping. Red. I have that big old booger there that I don't want to put my paint in. Okay. Finish up the black. Red. Boogers are funny. I agree. I read that a while ago. Sorry, it just took me now to answer that. See, booger came with it. It's not what I wanted. And gray. Poppers. He's really making me gonna have to go in there, guys. Poppers! Sorry, guys, I'm gonna be yelling it in the mic, but he's not leaving her alone, and it's really not good. Come on, princess. Come over here to mama. Try to get away from him, okay? Make sure my mess is picked up. Bring our paints over. You guys can see them. You guys are good? Hi! Hey, waves! Yes, it is as easy as pouring paint into a cup and dipping it. It is seriously that easy. And fun and messy and all of the joys that come with fun and messy stuff. And of course I am on the side that has the indentation. Not want to there. Seriously, I need to buy a new one. See if I can, nope. Don't mind it too much if the rocks are there, since the rocks will be holding most of the paint with its own indentations. All right, and we are set. We are set. We have everything. Everything looks fine. Nothing looks like it's going to fall. Just because it looks like it's not going to fall doesn't mean it won't. Remember, this does not have any dimethicone, does not have any silicone, any coconut oil, nothing like that that will create our beautiful, beautiful sails that we really, 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 really want. With this one, I'm going to have to pour and move. Since we are using a smaller item. This one has more paint, so let's go ahead and use this one for the wish me luck, guys. So we're going to start in the middle and then work our way outwards, making sure that we get all of the corners. Maybe one more back. Remember, the chips are just extra. They don't really mean much. You do want to, you know, make sure that they kind of get all the way covered. But if they don't, that is perfectly okay. Right now I'm just kissing the sides, making sure that we do have the items that are being covered are covered. I wasn't too sure on how much of the paints I was going to need for the bowls, since those, not bowls, excuse me, these plates, since as you all know, only had 2. Kissing the sides, making sure that they are covered, and just kissing. Remember, just kissing. You do not want to mud up the paint. I know I keep saying that. That is very, very important. Might have to dip that one. Oops, didn't mean to touch you. And it doesn't help that my wonderful fan is not helping the situation at all. Okay. Okay, then take your yeah, I'm just kind of like leaning it all to drip onto this one since it's been almost completely empty. So all I have left in this wonderful cup is mud. Okay. Don't see any sides other than the ones that need to be re-poured. We're just going to tip just gently to get some of this excess paint to roll off and even out. Like always, remember, do not go in circles because that is how you get the mud until you lose these wonderful, wonderful lines that are been created. Trying to find out where all this is going to drip. Actually, give me 1 second. I really should know better by now to plan a little bit more ahead before I do. And I really do. I do plan ahead, guys. I mean, I seriously do. It's just never like actually stays that way. What's running through my mind right now? I want to keep what's actually underneath here. I really do like how it turned out. But the problem with that is if I do another pour over it, we are definitely going to be losing the really nice textures on that. Can you guys still see the bowl? You guys cannot, so that's fine. I'll just move it over a bit. That's good. Off. And wish me luck, guys. 3, 2, 1. Pick up and move. Really worried about how those bottoms look. Really worried about how those bottoms look. Even that's not actually helping anything, it's just muddying it up. Turning it into just a flat gray. There we go. We worry about these two later if we have to, but I don't see a reason why we're going to have to touch those. Okay. Of course, every time I wipe off my lovely little hole that needs to be. Boogers. Okay. And the same thing with this one, and this is going to be our last, guys. Once again, start in the middle. And that one's mostly black. Great. That's what I wanted. Kind of just kissing the sides and pulling over. Remember not to touch your items. Remember not to touch anything because that is my downfall. Just taking what's falling from the sides and filling in some of these edges that have not been touched by the paint. That way we get some of the full colors all over it. If you do like how something is, do remember you can move it around and kind of even out the paint. Kind of like just guiding this excess paint that is dripping to more luscious places that will need that extra color. And some corners that need to be touched. And don't fall. Ah, it's falled. It fell. We have a fumble. Of course we do. Son of a high. I have 2 fumbles, but that's okay. This is why I don't like using the paper towel rolls or the TP roll, because you do get big fumbles like that where the whole thing just flies off. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but that was a big booger that totally just ruined that painting. But that's what we get. Work it. Okay, now let's see what I can do about this last one. That one's definitely going to need to be tilted. Okay, all of the sides look good. She looks okay. She could have been better. Of course, you know, it's all a work in progress, guys. It's all a work in progress. I am completely and utterly new at this. All right, and that is what we have, guys. I know it's nothing spectacular. It's nothing, you know, artsy fartsy, but it is what we have. And I actually love how this paper clay turned out. I love how the paint is working with all of this. We will definitely be having a lot of pictures on the Instagram, on Facebook, and our sites. Forgive me, I just found a rock that needed to be touched. When you want paint to drip off a thing, it doesn't drip. When you don't want it to drip, it just falls right on it. Don't know how I missed that one, but okay, we missed it. Alright, so everyone, if you guys have been following along to this magical thing we call crafting, you guys know how to make the paper clay, work with paper clay, make the bowls, and now paint them. So next up, the only thing we're gonna have to do is the backs of the chips, which that is what all of this excess paint is for. So we'll be doing the backs of the chips, so we'll be gluing those on, and then we'll be doing the varnishing. I don't know if any of that is going to be on camera or not. I guess that all depends on if you guys would like to see that. If that is something you're interested in, please let me know. Since we will need about a day for this to dry, at least 2 weeks to cure fully before you seal it. You do not want to seal the paint wet by any means. And let's see what I missed on my wonderful. Hey Jazz, sorry Jazzy, I just saw what you were saying. Those are Artsy. Yes, those are poker chips with the glass beads on them. If I had an extra one, I would definitely show you, but I'm actually all out. Hand things after this. No, actually they wash up pretty good. It's worse now since I've actually bit my fingernails off because of stress. It's actually a little bit harder to get the paint off, but it's not bad at all. Very, very well, Walter Sullivan, if I can actually speak today. What's going on with the plates? Oh, okay, so the plates are paper clay, and they're made out of the same thing as the bowls were made out of. And yeah, I just wanted to test out to see how they would work, how, you know, paint would affect with it. So yeah, so it's a set. Doesn't look anything like the matching set, but hey, nothing's always matching, right? How are you doing, Jazzy? It's good to see you. I heard you in the TJ games the other day. It seemed like you were having so much fun. That's a really wonderful group. But guys, that is it. We did we did 6 hole pours. We did the orange, red, and yellow. That honestly, I don't know if we're gonna keep it. We might. Depends on if I have any, because I'm out. So yeah, we might have to pour that one, because yeah, I don't think it's gonna turn out, guys. I don't think that one's gonna turn out. The purple, orange, and red turned out really gorgeous. We'll definitely have those pictures for you in a bit. The red and black and silver, I mean, I know it's not as good as the Patriot one that I did the other day for the 4th of July, but it is still really pretty. And I just saw something I had to fix. Where is it at? Only Peter for Paul. Gotta make sure all your rocks are covered. And that turned into freaking gray. That one had some color in it. There we go. And I got the babies to show you when you. Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, I'll be. I have to clean up first, and then I'll be on Discord. So yeah, but you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions about the recipes, about how to do all of this, definitely let me know. I love to share. I don't keep basically any of this stuff to myself. And I can tell you the ins and the outs of, you know, kind of what not to do. That's the fun part about all of this. But you guys have a great one. Thank you so much. Please look out for the highlight video of how all of these look wet, and then we'll have the stream, and after the stream should be, or even before the stream actually, is posted on YouTube. We'll have the when they're dry. And then we'll have the next adventure of what we're going to do with these afterwards. So you guys have a good one. Let's see who we can raid. And I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate the support. You guys are all awesome. I mean, really, it's humbling to have all you guys in here with me. Oh, that's a hard one. Okay, guys, so up to you. Do we want to do Digital Dummy? She's playing Rust. Or we have Mars, who's playing Light Bearers. I have no clue what that is. Or we can go to somebody who is in crafting and making. I'll let you guys decide that one, and we will definitely be getting our ending. You guys have a great day, and I will catch you all later. More crafting and making. It sounds awesome. Thank you, Jazz. Bye, Jazz.